Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I just got through finished taking a shower and stuff, getting ready to go to see the doctor, and I'm worn out. I'm beat, tired, you know what I mean? Exhausted. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I am so tired of hearing all of this conversation that's all wrapped around the same thing since January of, not January 6th, let's say 2015 to this very day. We have been dealing in mud. We have been wallowing in puke. We've been stepping in stone in a cesspool. Oh man, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I have to believe that you are too. This is why I advocate for basic human rights for all people, and I do this based upon the acceptance of the reality for me that there is a God. Now I know most people say, well, who's God? What God? I figure there ain't but one that's worth any type of respect, and the God that's worth some kind of respect is the God that cares about me and cares about you. In other words, he cares about us and cares about y'all. Now we gonna argue with that God. We're gonna argue with that God. But that God does not exist in America. No, no, no. In fact, we're trying to bring that God back that says hell is the place to be. But that's neither here nor there. But I do believe that we, the people of America, want a solution to the problem. And our politicians have not given it to us. The only thing that the politicians have done is divided us. Like one of them going to impose one philosophy on us. And that philosophy is totally, diabolically against what we want. Isn't that something? Isn't that something to be looking out for? And if you don't want it, they'll say that they're willing to kill you, to impose it on you. Now you say, no, they're not saying they're willing to kill you. Well, that's what that philosophy, that's what authoritarianism, if you've got a problem with it, look at Russia. Russia has told Ukraine, we want you to be a part of us, whatever that means. And Ukraine says, oh no, we're individuals, so to speak, and we don't want to be a part of you. It's like a man telling a woman, you're going to be my wife. And she said, oh, no, I'm not. I can't stand you. And he gets started beating her inside their head, knocking her teeth out, sticking some in her eye. You're going to be my wife. And kicking her in the butt, breaking her leg. You're going to be my wife. Now, you'd have a problem against that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you have a problem against a man doing that to a woman? Going to force her to be his wife at any cost? Well, that's the same thing that's happening in Ukraine. They're saying you're going to be a part of us whether you like it or not. They are killing kids, old folks, bombing hospitals, bombing schools. Wow! What God is in that? That same God that will kill you, that will take everything you got and walk around with a big belly like this. Well, I don't believe that most people are for that God. But most people are confused. And I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this problem is not going to be resolved by politicians. They might lie to you. I wish I could exercise, make my shoulders a little bit bigger so my shirt won't be falling all in, but I guess that's what happens when you get old. You want to take these situations and see if we can fix them. Where is that going to come from? First of all, it will represent a philosophy of fixing. It will represent a philosophy that says this is the, well, what I call it, as in heaven, so on earth. That's what I call it. And I believe that when you give it some thought, really, you would approve of that. Even though you're confused right now, you would approve of it. I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that the power to correct all of these problems that we have in America is within the preview of the people of America. 300 million of us that are in what we're going to say voting age. And I say voting age, I'm not talking about color. I'm talking about have the right to speak for yourself through a vote, a ballot. Now, here's what I want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen. All of the junk that's going around on Republican side and Democratic side is nothing but junk. I'm tired of junk. I am tired of junk. I want to actually feel on this earth, in Minnesota, and in Mississippi, and in Chicago, and in Florida, and in Texas, and in California, and in Nevada, as if I'm in heaven, living in peace, being prosperous. That means getting results of what I do, living free, receiving joy in life and happiness, and what used to be dreams are no dreams no more because they are real. That's what I feel. My needs, my wants, and my desires met at my leisure. I believe that every last human being on the face of the earth wants that. But you're not going to get it through this politics. But the power to bring that about is in the hands of the American people, as far as America is concerned. Now, I know basically you have no idea how that could happen. Well, let me give you some idea of what you, the people, would have to do in order to bring this mess to an end and create the promised land. We as people should take a step back and think about who we are as individuals, not as a nation, but as individuals. And think about what you really want. You. That amount of you that would free you. Think about that. Now, at least take that amount and extend it to everyone else. And leave a crack so that little specialty that identifies them as an individual separate from you can be met as well. Ooh, that sounds good, doesn't it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are some things you're going to have to agree on. If you want this kind of peace, if you want this kind of life that you've never experienced before, you're going to have to agree and make a decision that you, the people, are not going to sanction or be satisfied with anything that breaks down the structure which would produce what I'm about to share with you. And that includes that you, the people, come out of your shelters and say to one another and say to America, we are going to assure that every American that is at an age that's responsible, that every last one of them get a job, have a career. Now that means that all of the various different kinds of jobs and industries that exist in America with this limited employment right now for whatever the reasons are, we're going to open them up. We, the people, are going to decide that we're going to open those up so that others that have been denied employment for one reason or another, who might make choices of these particular, or any of them, that's the area in which they want to be employed. That's the area in which their expertise would be used. Now that might mean that the shifts might have to change. Rather than going to work 8-hour shifts, you might have to work 6-hour shifts, or that might not allow enough people to enter into that employment field. So you might have to work 4 hours. But even that, because of the number of people who might choose to work in these particular areas, might mean you only get a chance to work 2 or 3 hours a day. So that after your shift is over, another shift can come in. 2 or 3 hours work, that shift is over, another shift can come in. And whatever it is, if it's whatever the job is, you could be in a restaurant, you could be at working, stacking food on the shelves in the store, and you could be cutting grass, you can be trimming trees, whatever the job is. It allows other people in this country who desire to work in those same areas an opportunity to do just that. We must guarantee that to one another. And we do that so we can offer to each of us the resources that are necessary to meet our needs, our wants, and our desires. That basically means, and not limited to, that in the area of housing, it would have been so maximized with a number of people who just loved working and being carpenters, doing this kind of work. Working 8 hours, but no longer. Maybe 6 hours, but no longer. Maybe 4 hours, no longer. Maybe 2 hours a day. Yes, but you work. You engage yourselves in the process of creating housing. For what? For everybody to have housing. Everybody. This is why you open up all these different industries, so people can get involved. And let's jump to medicine right fast, because people, you know, sometimes healthcare is very important, very important. Now we put you put limited supply, and you got people who are needing it but can't get it for this reason, but they don't have enough facilities, they don't have enough doctors, they don't have enough nurses, they don't have enough equipment. making sure that they do, that we American people got adequate resources to take care of our healthcare system. And we're not dealing with healthcare in the sense of making money. We are dealing with healthcare in the sense of getting cures for whatever our people exist. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? And that means we got to have education that's open, that everybody who requires the education in their chosen profession will have unlimited access to that education to make them to enable them to be the best that they could possibly be. Yes, my friends, we must make sure that the resources, utilizing the resources that have been given to us. When I say resources that have been given to us by God, I'm talking about resources like, you see the trees? Now, we might have got a tree and planted and tree grew, but we didn't make a tree. And the grass, the ground, I'm responsible for that. And all of the resources that are used to do all the things that we have been done, it came from the master. And the sources we the people have been the ones involved. Now, right now, they're trying to get it so you the people don't have anything to do. They want artificial intelligence to do it. They just they got so much lack of understanding till they just want to get you out and bring in the artificial intelligence so they can work and don't have to pay anybody anything. See, I didn't want to exploit this. This has nothing to do about you. This has the system designed to mess over every living individual on the face of the earth. Every individual on the face of the earth. But you, the American people, I'm sharing with you what is necessary and what is essential to take care of these things. I'm giving you the facts. Now, when you have done what you do to make sure that people got careers, that they got engaging themselves, they got housing and food, they got education and health care, and they are enjoying themselves, where's the fight? What does Donald Trump stand on? What does he stand on? What do the people who have been trained like Donald Trump, what do they stand on? They got nothing to stand on, because now we are exercising those ideals that produces the wonderfulness of life. Now, guess what happens when we do this? We truly become a light, a shining light on a hill, or maybe a dark hill that is brought to light by the light. And people won't be running from their countries trying to get here, because we would have created a mold that they can utilize and create heaven in their own geographics. Oh my God, oh my friend, isn't that a wonderful idea? Isn't it? But it means that you, the people, have to demand. And when I say demand, that means you do not allow any of these people with ideals come in like, and I'm talking about really, that's just, if you want to get a picture of what I'm talking about, just think about Trump. Just think about those people that's following him. Think about those people that you have trusted that's in Congress right now, who have stood before you and spreaded all kinds of lies before you. And they've sought after office, after lying to you, and their people, you, the people in those various geographics, have sent them back to office, sent them back in position to continue lying, to continue destroying this nation. And by your power, they're doing it. But you didn't know where the solution lies, because they don't know where the solution lies. They know where the areas, and that's why they always come to you and promise you, we're going to do this, make sure everybody got this, and nothing changes unless it gets worse. So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, the power to change these things is in your hand. And if you exercise them, then your dream will come true. Your prayers will come true. And it wasn't because you was just down on your knees expecting a power outside of yourself to cause it to happen. No, you accepted your prayers, and the power came outside of yourself, inside of yourself. And you used it, your inside of power, to bring outside of yourself. And you created thy will being done on earth as it is in heaven. Now, this is a God that says your children, black and white and any other color in between, got the right to life, got the right to laugh and smile. And if they thump their toe, they got a right to be able to get the kind of attention that would eradicate that pain and make them smile again. Now, when I come to you and I talk to you about stuff like this, you would think that the news media, some ABC or somebody else, or the social media concept, would be able to, some of them, one of them, to grab this, and rather than spend their every day telling you about and repeating this here stuff about Trump, feeding your minds, feeding you, trying to create enough hate in you perhaps to stand against it, but nothing to cause a mellowing out You would think they would be telling you this, sharing this with you, so that you can say, oh, now the message that I'm telling you right now is spreading. People are hearing that that people across the country are thinking about settling the situation. People in the South, in the East, in the West, in the North are contemplating peace. They're contemplating prosperity for everybody. They're contemplating that people don't have to pick up guns and hate and going out threatening to kill people. You will be able to get this information of lifting up life in such a joyous way that you can begin to laugh again. But you know what? They won't say anything to you about this. Why? You want me to tell you why? Because America's system is not designed to do that. America's system isn't designed to do that. That's why we had taking natives' land and killing them out. That's why you have slavery. That's why you have second-class citizenry, to benefit another philosophy of life that has nothing to do with what I just shared with you. To create something for, and it's not just happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just for white people. These are people, and I'm not, that are being used in America and everywhere else and wherever people live, by a power, a conglomerate of power, representing variations of this evilness and this ugliness. They come together and have think tanks, and they set systems against one another. They set nations against one another, feeding in them lies and deception. What's happening here in the United States right now with Donald Trump and his people, it is happening in other places. It's happening wherever there's an authoritarian. This is where it has already been practiced, and they have overcome whatever was existent there before, and now they've produced it to you. Everybody's in bondage, held to whoever will kill you. That's who you jump on your knees for. But you got a chance right now, ladies and gentlemen, because we haven't gone that far just yet. Oh, we're working on it. We got almost a half of the, I don't really know how much, but I know we got over a third of the nation that believes all of that crap and ready to give that crap support. But they never heard what I'm sharing with you, and they probably won't hear. Then, as I said, the news media, the mainstream news media will not tell you any of this. And for some strange reason, the social media won't either. I turn the thing on, and what I'm hearing today is the same thing I heard yesterday. Repeats. And if that's not enough, nothing new that came along to tell you some more of this ugliness and this dirt, then they go back to 2 months ago telling you about that dirt. Golly. So I ask you, have you heard in the past 5 or 6 years anything about a message like this that I'm sharing with you? Have you? Have you heard anything like this message that I'm sharing with you come out of your churches? I don't care how mega your church is. I don't care how wealthy your pastor is. I don't care how many planes and jets your pastor got, or how many mansions your pastor got. Have you, the people, ever heard a message like the one that I'm giving you? Did Billy Graham give it to you? No, 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 no. Whoever started Liberty University, did they give it to you? No, 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 no. Is anybody giving it to you right now other than me? Well, you never heard it, have you? So, why haven't you heard it? This, my friends, is all I can say. If you are listening to this video, do yourself a favor and share this video with your friends. Share this video with your family, and ask them to spread this message across America. You see, the midterm election is not designed this time to bring any relief to the problems that we have. It's designed to bring more confusion. You see, before they tried to steal the election. Donald Trump, you know, now that's what they tried to do. They tried to steal the election. Now, right before your face, they're telling you they're planning to take it. And you better get out of the way, because if you don't let them take it, they're ready to start shooting you. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, don't be afraid of that crap. Why? I'm telling you, righteousness got a protector. And right now, this is stuff, the Republicans are not righteous. Donald Trump, they're not righteous. The Democratic Party is not righteous. The truth of the matter is, some of them are not as evil and ugly as the others, but they're not righteous. They're not righteous. What I'm offering to you is a righteous perspective. Righteous perspective. And I know something about righteousness. Yes, I know also about sin. I have been honest with you. I told you from the beginning, I was one of the first ones to tell you that I know the devil. I've worked for the devil for years, and I know his moves. That's why I told you when Donald Trump came on the scene, he was from the devil, and I was going to advise you every day. I don't think I missed a day about this man. That's why I got so many videos in YouTube, Facebook. But I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, if it ever changes, it's because you're going to change your mind, your heart, and the kinds of things that would produce what I've just shared with you becomes real in you. And you're going to demand it. So once again, even you youth, you children who get a chance to run, this is new, who get a chance to maybe see some of this information somewhere, share it with your friends that they might share with their parents. In other words, let us get in every household in America. Let us get in every household the message that all of us can have a better life. Our children, our parents, our grandparents, our schools, our healthcare facilities, our businesses, our towns, our streets, our highways, everything can be bright and made. It's so fantastic. I can't see how you can keep it to yourself after watching this video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get ready now and go to my health care, see if I can be cared for. But I want you to know I could not leave. I could not go out there until I left this message with you. And I'm going to post it. Let me see what I'm going to call it. Only the people, only the American people can fix this problem. Only the American people can fix this problem. That's the subject. You, the American people. Only you, the American people, can fix this problem. So let's get busy. All right? Thank you.